was whispering around. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And then,
Dia besar dekat sini ke dekat sana? Kalau mak dia lecturer sini.
bapak dia lah. Your dad is your dad is a lecturer, right?
He retired now.
Oh, so he was already go back to Nigeria or still here? So
Then,
you were all alone here?
I'm with my sister and one of my brothers.
Are they studying here?
My sister is studying, but my brother just completed his master's like 2 years ago. So now he's working in Malaysia.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Stop. Je susah je soalan ni.
Aku dah suka baca kan.
Wow.
Kau jangan cakap aku tak pagi baca eh.
So
But
how do you think, do you have any eating habits or rituals that are specific to your culture?
To my culture, I guess like I'll kind of compare it with Malaysia. In terms of food, like we eat rice a lot too, but not as much as you guys. And like for eating, like the habit is like when you eat rice, you have to use cutleries, so spoon specifically. You don't eat it with your hand. And then, but we have our own foods. I know you know the trend in those 2 years. What was it? Fufu trend.
Yeah, I know.
Food, yeah, those kind of foods we eat with our hands. That is what. Yeah,
You
not
know
fried.
Fufu?
Fufu trend. No, I don't play TikTok. Sorry.
Oh, cinta.
But
I
I
guess
look about it
there are
after it.
also like names of several meals. I can give you names if you want. So those kind you eat with your hands, so it's specific to my culture. And when it comes to things like rice, you have to eat it with a spoon.
I see.
Do you eat rice with just like Malaysia, right? We have a few dish, like we have veggie, we have chicken, and then we have a fish, and then we eat with the rice. So do you eat the rice the same way?
Yeah, but usually not with veggies. Veggies
No.
are more like you eat them alone or you eat them with like a soup. Not in not really.
Oh, not with the rice. Oh, I see. How about did you do you eat together with your family which to kumpul sama-sama tu?
Do you have a schedule time for it?
I mean, if I was home in Nigeria, yeah, but because I live here now, I am more flexible with my eating. So I eat whenever I'm hungry. Yeah, I eat with my sister. She lives with me, so yeah.
Oh, I see. Yang macam kalau makan kena tunggu.
Does your family like your father state that you can't eat if I was not in the table? You have to wait for me.
No, my dad's
No.
not like that. That's more like my mom, I would say.
I see.
She's a strict one, but even then, she doesn't do that. She's like, eat when you want to.
I see. Okay. Tadi fufu yang dia pakaian. Famous attire.
Oh, do you have any popular attire that you wear for any celebrations or any occasion like weddings?
Yeah, we have our own outfits. So I don't know if you guys know, but like in Nigeria, there are three main cultures. So I'm from the Yoruba tribe. So we have our own dressing. The other tribes also have theirs. So there are specific materials. There's a way they are woven and made. So when you get the material bought, then you give it to a tailor to make for you. That's the culture at home. You don't just buy ready-made stuff. You have to make your own clothes.
Do you design it yourself or?
No. There are people who design it, but you have to patronize them.
Material tailor.
Does it have a specific name?
I have several. There is one. It's called Ankara.
Ankara.
Sorry, Ankara. Then we have one called lace. But it's
Lace?
not the English lace. It's different. Just
Is that orang punya lace?
lace Nigerian, then you find it. And there's also this material called Kampala. So KMEALA, like that.
Is it
This is the name.
similar between women and men attire?
It's the same materials, but the style is very different.
Ah, the style.
So, like a man would wear a head cap and a top and trousers, and for females,
Ah,
like a skirt or a gown or something called, we call it wrappers. It's just the material in its original form, so you tie it around yourself. It's like the mature
ah.
one. I don't know. Men wear it here, but for us, it's females. Men don't do that.
Oh, ni ikut pekat mungkin.
Mm-mm.
Oh, ke samping.
Do you have some? Do you have a picture of wearing that kind of attire? Can you do you mind share with us?
Do you know the picture of my profile picture?
Ah, yes, yes.
That's me wearing Kampala. That's a Kampala material.
But what?
I can share more if you want, but like after
Sama macam jubah.
Is it same like the robe? Like people
Abaya.
in Malaysia used to wear, like, or is it like abaya?
No, it's not like a
No,
baya. Like
it's
a
different.
gown.
Or like a gown.
Yes.
Oh, I see, I see. Yeah. Women.
I would just like, I can send you pictures after the interview because all of my pictures with the hijab, right? So I don't think you can see the full thing. But I can
Thank you
send you
so
reference
much.
pictures if you want.
Alright, okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
So, how many religions are there in Nigeria? Is it Muslim is the main?
Same like Malaysia.
In Nigeria, it's like 50-50. But like,
Sorry, come again?
it's like 50-50, half and half.
50-50. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so, but technically, I would say there are more Muslims, just a bit, like 1% difference than Christians. And then after that, we have like the minor religions, the very small ones. They are not really recognized outside of Nigeria. It's like a cultural thing.
I see. Is the religion is based on tribe?
Yeah, I mean, you can see like for each tribe, you can do any religion you want, but like each tribe has the religion that's more popular for each one. So my culture, the Yoruba people, they are mixed. We have
Ah,
Christians and Muslims in the same ratio. And then when you go to the
oh.
Hausas, it's more Muslims than Christians.
Ah,
And Igbos, it's opposite, Christians than Muslims. So those three tribes like that.
So that means that is it okay to bukan Islam?
Is it okay to be a non-Muslim?
Yeah, it is. But also depends on your family. Some
Ah,
families are too strict with it. But generally, yes, you are not allowed to prevent somebody from being a Christian or being a Muslim. You are free to practice what you want.
oh, I see. Tapi kalau jenis yang
Let's say that you are a Muslim and then when you are 18 years old, you feel like you want to change your religion to Christian. Is it allowed there?
Yeah, it is allowed.
Mm.
Yeah, it is allowed.
but still depends on how your family will react, right?
Yeah, so some families don't allow it. And in some families you see like the mom is Christian and the dad is Muslim. There are lots like that too, yeah. So
So
yeah,
the child can choose?
you can choose, yeah.
Hmm.
But my family, for example, does not allow that.
Oh, okay.
Family, it depends on family.
Okay. Maksudnya kat sana practice Islam lah. Macam siapa ni? Hadi.
Do you have any specific fables?
What?
Do you have any specific childhood story that your mom tells you when you are a child?
Not my mom, my grandfather, probably.
Do you mind sharing with us the story?
I can't remember it clearly. I can give you like a summary.
Yes, the summary is just it's okay.
It's the story of like how the tortoise broke his shell, I think.
Tortoise.
You know the animal.
Yeah.
The shell is a bit rough, right? So
Uh-huh.
the story goes like it was very smooth at first, and then there was like hunger in the land, so each animal was told to bring their mother as sacrifice. So all an animal sacrifices their mother. All the animals then feast on the body like that. So the tortoise, being very smart, decided to hide his own mother in the sky. So we just told them, well, my mom already died of an illness, so nobody wants to eat like a deceased with issues, right? So they decided, okay, you get a pass to not sacrifice your mom because she died. And then, so one time, the dog was in the bushes, and so it caught the tortoise like singing to the sky and was like, "What's wrong with him?" You know. And then all of a sudden, a rope descends from the sky, and tortoise starts climbing up to go eat in the sky. There is food in the sky, but there's no way to get there, basically. So he goes up, meets his mom, and they have food together, and then comes back down and tells the animals, "Oh, I don't have food," like that. So he was caught by the dog. So the dog decided to follow him up, and so sorry, I think I mixed it up. Anyways, that's kind of the outline. But like one time when they were doing that, so uh, he tried to cut the dog off. So the dog was trying to like bring the other animals to catch him in the act. So as he was climbing up, he saw them approaching. So obviously he tried to come back down very fast. So the other animals don't catch him. But then he lost his step and then fell down and broke his shell like that. It's a story that's told to like most Nigerian kids to teach you about like teamwork and not to be greedy and all of that.
I see. Interesting. Great. Kalau kata-kata orang tu macam yang like, apa perempuan tu?
Superstition. Itu kepercayaan bukan.
Alah macam kau cerita kita tak boleh nyanyi kat dapur nanti kena kahwin orang
Itu
tu.
macam pantang larang. Pantang larang apa?
So kalau diorang patah larang langsung lagi?
Tabu.
Do you have any taboo in your culture?
Any what?
Taboo.
There's something forbidden to
Yes, there are. I don't really practice the taboos because again, the family is a bit like there is nothing like that. But I can give you an example. So, for example, they tell us like when it's raining, do not like stretch your hands out because if the rain touches it, then your hand could turn to soap.
Come again?
Your hand is gonna turn to soap, like the detergent or the bar soap, like that.
Oh.
There is that. There's also one that says do not wash your clothes at night because not with machine, we wash with our hands, right? So
Yes.
not do that at night because anyone who does that, like the next morning, their mother dies.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's very extreme. Okay.
We have the same taboo, but
Oh.
it's like when we are lying down,
Yeah.
we can't raise our legs.
Oh.
Because if you raise your legs, yeah, like your mother will die.
You wish your mother
It's very basically the same.
It's very
Sorry.
okay. Okay, me roles of men and women.
Do you have any different roles in the family?
Kind of. But this is more again, it's a cultural thing. So, you know the usual, like females cook, they wash clothes.
Yeah.
Just like change the car tires and wash the cars.
Yeah.
Switch on the generators like that. But again, my mom, she doesn't really follow it like to perfection. So sometimes if we're tired, she's like, the boys should take over the tedious part of cooking. So we do the easier part. Just go. Then once my brothers left home to study in Malaysia, it was all girls at home, right? So the girls also started washing the cars, switching on the generators. We did all of that. But yeah, it's like the ground rule is the females do the house jobs and the males do the tedious one. So of course, but if there are variabilities, you just mix it up.
Same like us.
So maksudnya dorang basically practice Islamic or culture? Apa tanya soalan?
Sekali lah macam kita.
Assimilate lah.
At outside. Next. Wih,
Tak payah.
tak payah.
Conformity lah.
Community susah lah.
Yelah, masalah dorang.
Have you felt ever left out based on your gender or culture?
Like what?
Is it like when you went to how do you say? It's like when you went out to go buy something, and then when you are here,
Yeah.
you are facing a racism.
In
Are you
Malaysia?
facing a racism?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Doesn't
Really?
everyone?
May, can you please
Mind to, if you
Oh.
mind to share with us.
The experience?
Yeah. But if not, it's okay.
Actually, in 2015, that was the first time I ever visited Malaysia. Again, my dad was here, so I came to visit him with my mom and one of my sisters. And like, then I didn't know what racism was. Okay, like I was just like, okay, I mean, we're different, but sure. And so we took the train. I think we were going to KLCC or something. And like in the train, whenever we sat, people would like get up and like leave.
oh my
Like
God.
that. And I didn't really realize like something was wrong, but then my dad mentioned it's like this is what they call racism. So I'm like, oh, this is what we read about in books, you know. But I didn't realize like that was what we experienced. And yeah, you want to walk around, people like avoid touching you. Although I have to say, like now it's not like that anymore in 2019, 2024, because I came again in 2019 to study, right? Now it's not like that anymore. But yeah, in 2015 it was pretty bad. So everywhere we went, they would stare and just like avoid. Or if you sat on a chair, they don't want to sit on it like that.
Sorry, you have to face that.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
In almost 10 years, it's fine.
But do you ever experience being bullied here? Other
Bullied?
than that experience?
No.
No. Alhamdulillah.
No.
Alhamdulillah. Risau. The conformity.
Bawah lah.
Ini tadi bawah.
Conformity tu apa?
Conformity dia.
Conformity yang mana?
Dia punya
Cepat.
Yang ni.
Tu ni dah. Have you ever exclude other groups?
Sense of social support.
Do you have any? Do you experience social support from your family or friends? Like when you want to come to study in Malaysia, right? It's like your family is like, yeah, you can go study well, or they might say, why do you have to go so far just to study? You can just study in here, right?
No,
Do you ever
my
experience
family
that?
wanted me to come to Malaysia or like outside Nigeria because it's medicine and they felt like if you're gonna do medicine, they wanted me to do it outside the country. So yeah, they're very supportive.
May we know the reason why you want to study here?
Not Malaysia specifically, but again, they just wanted it to be abroad, not Nigeria, for medicine. Because like, I don't know if you guys know what is called strikes. Like in Nigeria, a lot of the universities go on strikes, so they were worried if they keep going on strikes, then I might not finish studying in 6-7 years. Might have to extend it to 10. So that's why my parents are like, they have to do it abroad. So and then my dad was here at that time, and I wanted to be with my dad because he was not there when I was a child, right? So I decided to come to Malaysia. And now we so yeah.
Taraf hidup, economy gap.
Show respect. Kau nak start kau value.
How do you show respect to another person in your culture?
Okay, so for our adults, the culture states that if you are a girl, so when you were
Sorry, come again.
If you're a girl, if you're trying to greet an elderly person, you have to like be on your knees. So you kneel down and greet them. But for men, you have to prostrate. So it's like the whole body on the ground like that.
Oh.
Until now?
No, not really. But
Oh
there are
no.
people who still want it. Like if you go visit your
Oh.
grandparents, come on, you have to. But parents
Oh.
nowadays, not anymore.
I see. Is that your culture have the what we call as salam tangan?
Glove.
Salam tangan,
Oh, salam
tawad
tangan.
tangan.
Shake hand.
Shake
Like,
hand
do you have to do this?
with
No,
your parents? Oh no. Oh, okay.
you don't shake
Okay.
hands with your parents. You just like
Oh, was it with I mean with the elderly lah. Sometimes when we meet the elderly,
yeah.
we show our respect by shake hand like this.
I did that in Malaysia all the time. You don't
Oh,
do
in
that. You
Malaysia.
don't do that.
I see, I see.
So when you are meeting your family in the occasion, like, do you celebrate Hari Raya, right?
Yeah, we do.
So when you met the elderly there, you just be on your knees like
I mean,
that?
that's the culture. But my family again, Islamic, so there's a saying in Islam like you shouldn't kneel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, my family doesn't allow us to do that.
Dah banyak
But
practice.
you can maybe slightly bend one knee and just like to just make sure your posture is a bit lower than the adults. So that way, it's just a show of respect. Go down a bit. That's all.
I see.
So when you met them, you just like hug them.
No, no hugging.
Oh no, no, oh no juga.
If you're close to them, yeah, you can hug. But
Ah,
ideally, just like let's say we are both standing. So all I need to do is make sure I'm a bit like in terms of posture, I'm a bit lower than them. So you can
ah,
bend a bit. So it's just a show of respect. Bend down or just go down and make sure they are looking at you from the top. That's all we need to do. Yeah.
that all. I see. Then how about the what behavior that is considered disrespectful in your culture?
Behaviors. Okay. So in terms of language, so you don't just address people normally. So if they're older than you, you have to add like a prefix. It's called e. You address the person with e. So that's
Hmm.
if they're older than you. But if they're the same age or younger, it's o. That different.
Okay.
Or also, if you're trying to greet somebody, you have to make sure your presence is well known and you're giving them your full attention. You can't just be like, "Hi." That's
Oh,
not.
I see.
Sorry, if they are younger, you have to add something like oh.
Oh,
Oh.
before the sentence, you put o.
Oh.
But like in the language, of course, not with English.
Ah,
You don't do that with English.
Can you speak a little when you are talking to younger?
but dia
How do
pakai
you
France. Did you use France? Eh,
Kenapa France?
Sekejap. Nigeria pakai apa? Sebab kat Guinea dia pakai France tau. Did you have your own language or uh, as my knowledge the genie use France to communicate between them. And how about yours? Do you have your own language or you use English or what?
What do you mean by France?
Sekejap.
Ay, so kau tanya aku.
France Alisha apa bukan bahasa France. Alah, ada satu tu.
Lah, habiskanlah. Tanya ni bahasa.
Nah, never mind. But but do you have your own language?
Yeah, I do.
What is it called?
It's called Yoruba. It's the same name as my tribe.
Oh, same.
Yoruba.
Come again?
Yoruba.
Y-O-R.
Yoruba.
Yes.
I see.
So you're different tribe, different language, or you are using the same language?
Different tribes, different languages.
Ah. Like, can you estimate how many language are there in Nigeria?
Even I don't know, but like when I checked on Google, like there are lots of tribes, the three
Oh.
major ones are just like a summary. But a lot of tribes don't have their own like land or like a place they're specific to. But there are lots of minor tribes, over 100.
Oh,
So many.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
so individualistic, organistic.
Would you describe your culture as a individual or is it a culture in a group?
Like community.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's community based.
It's community based.
Next.
Based and what's valid.
What do you think the most personality traits that are valued in your culture?
I think humility. You have to
The
be really
Humanity.
humble and like show respect, even to younger ones.
Or even the younger ones. Then how these traits are being instilled among the children? Is it from the parents itself or since ataupun apa?
Kindergarten.
In the kindergarten or schools or how?
It's from the very beginning of your life, so like from your
Mhm.
parents. And again, the language, like I said, if it's an older person, you have to put a prefix, right? So all these little things. And when you greet an older person, you have to be lower than them, even if you're not kneeling down. You can just wave to them. So all of the like characters and every little aspect of the culture has like some aspect of humility to it. So you can't really escape it.
I see.
And then
Hmm. Diorang punya ni celebration macam kita kan ada gawai lah macam
do you have any other celebrations in your culture other than Hari Raya?
specifically in
Bukan
your
Hari
tribe.
Raya, Hari Raya apa? Eid Fitri.
I know what Hari Raya is. No,
Member tahu.
Sorry.
that's okay. I think it depends on the religion you choose to practice. So if there are certain religions that are specific to my culture, again, like I told you guys, it's very, but they're very minor. They are not recognized outside of Nigeria. So all of this little religions, they have their own celebrations. So they celebrate, for example, the first harvest. So when you harvest like yams or when your crops have like germinated and they're fully grown, so they harvest the crops and then they celebrate that. They also celebrate like when you give birth,
Yeah.
so you have to throw a celebration for the new baby. That's the only way you can name them. And also, what else is there? They have several like people who worship like this idols in my culture. They also like have their own celebrations. Like they believe certain times in the year is when maybe this god comes or that god comes, so they would like celebrate and throw a feast like that.
Did you celebrate it together or they just celebrate it within their community?
If it's something religion based, you celebrate with the people who practice with you. So since I don't practice that, I don't celebrate with them. But if it's like a naming ceremony, like a child is about to be named, everyone goes and you witness the name like that.
Naming ceremony after.
So your main celebration is only Hari Raya and Hari Raya Haji?
Yeah,
Ada.
Hari Raya Adil ada.
yeah. Because again, again religion like that. Mm.
Yes. Like do you like study here like in Malaysia like we really have many celebrations then we get many holidays here.
Yeah, I say all the time your Deepavali's the Thai Pusam.
Chinese New Year also got holiday.
Yeah.
Christmas also got holiday.
Oh yeah, Christmas by the way. They
Deepavali.
celebrate Christmas in Nigeria too. But
Oh, there's Christmas in
not
Nigeria.
uh, the Christians celebrate Christmas. They celebrate Easter. They celebrate New Year's. The,
Christmas.
um, like all of the major Christian holidays, they would do it, and like they would serve food and give to their neighbors. So yeah, like that.
Give food to your neighbors. Education.
In Malaysia also celebrate all. Chinese also we celebrate. Deepavali
Yeah,
also we
it's kind of
celebrate.
similar in that way. Yeah. Oh, okay.
The
Okay lagi?
intelligent. Intelligent. Kat sini
Yang mana?
kita celebrate setiap ada anugerah keselamatan dia.
How is intelligence perceived in your culture?
Oh, it's celebrated. It's like encouraged.
It's
Actually,
very
culture
encouraged.
is a bit toxic in terms of like when kids are growing up. So you put them in school, right? So school is the only thing most people know. So this, if the kid is not doing well in school, it's like they are shamed for it. Some of them get like beaten for not.
Why?
Yeah. It's the intelligence culture is like highly celebrated. So if you don't have it, it's like what's wrong with the kid, you know? Like that. Uh,
I see. Is that doesn't mean that intelligent not
Cakap lah dengan dia juga. Asal
tak
kau pandang
yelah aku tanya kau juga. Aku tanya kau.
Malaysia dia kau pandang aku. Jangan pandang aku dong.
Aku tanya kau lah juga. Aku tiba tak ada kata-kata bahasa Inggeris ni. Maksudnya intelligent tu digalakkan ke tak sebenarnya?
So does the like your culture is prioritize kids going to school?
yes.
Is this like if they are not doing well, what will happen to them?
You keep taking them to school. That's what's gonna happen. And there are like several meetings with the teachers, and also when you come home, you're asked to like do your homework. Like the parents just like try to step up, but it's not always like that, right? So some parents don't check until the end of the year. That's when they realize something is wrong. But yeah, if a child doesn't know something, it's like a cause for alarm with the parent. They get really like disoriented. What's going on? Why don't you know this? Like that.
And then is there any specific cognitive skill or intelligence that are valued in your culture? Meaning that if in Malaysia we perceive someone that
Being a doctor.
being a doctor or engineer is very intelligent, and we are very amazed with that person, with that job. Then how about you? Is that the same thing?
Yeah, it's the same, but I would say like certain programs or courses are like looked down upon. So, like when you're in secondary school or like high school, you have to choose which department, right? Sciences or arts or commercial. So
Yeah.
people who go into arts, at least from where I grew up in, I saw like it's looked down upon. They believe like, why would you go for arts when you could be a doctor? Or like, and the only reason art is accepted is if you're gonna be a lawyer. Huh? So every other thing like drawing or just being an artist, not really. But if let's say you graduate and you're making money, like good money off of it, then yeah, they accept it then.
I see. Same with Malaysia.
Yeah, like that.
Do you personally think that art course is bad?
What?
Like, do you personally think that people who take arts course is not apa? Not good?
No. Of course not. No. I've seen like my sister took arts, and I know like the content. I just don't think I can do it. I feel like you just have what you're good at, you know. Don't know. I don't think they're bad.
Aku rasa cukup lah. Aku punya, kau punya dah pukul 10 ni.
May I confirm if English is your second language there or no?
I guess I'll consider it my first. I learned both, like my language Yoruba and English both together. Like growing up, you're addressed in both.
Meaning that you practice both language in
At the same time.
belum besar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Practice activities and then okay. Once when you come to Malaysia, how did you adapt with the culture here? I mean, what is the most challenges that you face to adapt with Malaysia culture?
I'm not sure what it is. I don't know. I think I just struggled in the beginning for because my dad was here at first and
Mm-hmm.
my brothers, so I had like kind of like a protective
Ah,
thing
ha,
going
ha,
on.
ha,
I
I
never
see.
really like mingled or mixed. It was just
Ah,
my family and I. Then when my dad left and my other brother also left, I felt like I was forced to socialize, you know. Yeah, it's something like that. But I think generally like Malaysians are friendly. Yeah, they're
mm-hmm.
okay. Yeah, I don't really think I struggled anything. Oh, maybe the language though, language barrier.
The
Malay is
language.
actually easy to learn, but I think the problem is me. I just I struggle with languages a lot. So yeah, the language barrier for that. And
Oh,
also,
the language.
oh, I have one. We took Bahasa Melayu in year one,
Yeah.
but like everything we were taught, I felt like it's very formal.
Mm-hmm.
So when I speak to Malaysians with what I learned, it's very different how you guys talk compared to what they taught us, you know.
Yes, yes, yes.
And then my friend said it's because you guys speak like the informal one and we speak the formal. I'm like, oh, what's that?
Oh, I understand what you. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, I
We
something
understand.
like
we
that.
also took Bahasa Melayu and we really
Oh,
find it very hard. We
yeah,
Malay is we Malay
even in your
itself find
language.
it hard.
Ah, that
But your
is you
language though, why is it difficult?
because it use very formal language.
uh,
It's different with our everyday language like this.
oh, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My God. Nightmare.
Yeah. Then, uh, and what is the most is the thing that you find very different in Malaysia compared to Nigeria?
The most
The
different.
most benda yang paling berbeza.
The most different. The most different.
The most thing that the more I mean that for example this practice or this thing have in Malaysia but not have in Nigeria or is vice versa like that.
Mm, probably mosques, like the
Ah,
masjid.
uh-huh.
It's everywhere here. Like you can just pray outside.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Specific parts of where I grew up, like in my state, because again it's mixed, right? Christians, Muslims. So not really like you have to go home to pray. Sometimes you have to combine your prayers like that. And then,
Ah,
so you guys not going for Juma prayers? Yeah, that was really
uh-huh.
shocking. We go. You have to
Oh,
Oh,
we
for
go.
Jumaat prayer.
Yes, yes. Juma, Eid. If you want to pray your 5 daily prayers in the masjid, fine by them. You go ahead. There are female
Oh,
prayers everywhere, and it's always filled up. Then here, when I
oh.
came here, I had to pray my prayers at home. So yeah, that was
Yeah.
that should be the answer for the last question. That was it. Juma.
I see.
It's
I
very
got it.
different. Very
Okay.
different.
So for the next question is how do you express your emotion? Is it same with how universally people express it maybe or you have your own way to express your emotion for example we are we have Indian races when someone is passed away they will cry hardly to show their sadness. Is that happen in your culture too?
Yes, it does, but like it's not really practiced anymore like that. But generally, the
Ah,
culture is if someone dies, I don't think this is really specific to males. They don't really do it. But for the females, for example, if your husband dies, or maybe a father or something, you're expected to like cry really loudly. And sometimes you have to dress in black clothes.
mm-hmm,
Then,
mm-hmm,
like, keep your hair. I think some people, I'm not sure about this part, but some people would say to cut the hair for the girl, or
mm-hmm,
or just like keep it really tidy. And one thing they do is during the burial, you're supposed to like roll on the ground like that.
mm-hmm.
Like you roll back and forth to show that's just to express how sad you are.
Oh, I see. But it doesn't practice anymore
Um,
nowadays.
Again, like I said, religion took over. So like Christians don't really we don't do it either. So except you are like a traditional religion, like yeah, you have to do that. But like it's
Ah,
Nigeria is like now it's just about your religion.
it's just
Culture
based
is
on.
a bit it's dying a bit like that.
May I know how about the community, the economy gap there?
Mm, economy gap how?
Like the rich, very rich, and the poor is very poor.
Yeah,
Is there
that's
some? Oh,
there's a huge difference. There is a middle class too, but the gap between each classes is just really, really wild.
I see. Too far. Is it same just like in Malaysia? Because we have also the lower class, the middle class, and also the upper class.
I think for like Malaysia, I've slept patients in the hospital, right? Who are like my friends said they're considered lower class. But
Mm-hmm.
honestly to me they feel comfortable. So our lower
Mm-hmm.
class is a bit yeah, it's way lower than that.
I see. But then is the people from the lower, the middle, and the upper is basically mixed within one area, or they have the own area?
Mm, there are certain areas that are like for the rich,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, also there are areas where everyone just mixes in.
I
Yeah.
see. Okay.
Areas for rich.
Is there anything that make you feel different when you in Malaysia?
I guess my skin color.
Oh, okay, okay. My skin color. Okay.
I mean, it's
The-
obvious I'm not from here, right? So people say, "Hey,
Uh,
yeah, that's it."
until now, you experience that people staring at you like
Yeah,
that sus like that.
but
Is it?
not in a racist way. They're just wondering where you're from.
I see. I
They
see.
are amazed.
Yeah.
That's just like the
I.
university. Like we're traveling everywhere for postings, right? Like
Mm-mm.
I'm sure Era told you. So yeah, when you go to each place, it's like you're new there. But it's less in areas like KL or like Cyberjaya. It's a bit less now because there are
Mm-hmm.
more people like that. When we went for I think like in Muar or in Manjung, for example, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
really bad.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, in Manchu.
Yeah.
Maybe they are fascinated by your beautifulness.
Okay,
I
next word.
think that's it.
Have you been to Sarawak?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. It's okay.
I
You
want to
should
try
come.
coming though before I go back.
Yeah.
But
You
not
should.
yet.
You should. You should try to come here.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Wait. Members, da. Verbal communication. Oh, the non-verbal communication. Some communication barriers. Is there any non-verbal communication that you use when you communicate between the society? Meaning that kalau macam kita apa?
Isang mata. Ish,
Ah,
sorry.
for example,
In our culture,
in our culture,
the mother used to like made
Eyes.
yeah,
yes.
make the
Ah,
eyes
we have
Behave
that. We
different.
have
yourself.
that too.
Oh yeah, really? Okay.
There's a saying like in our language, like when they tell you that, it means like if they tell you you're a child of the eyes, it means you're very smart because you can pick up on cues. But if you're a child of the mouth, it means even if I signal from today till tomorrow, you don't understand what I mean. I have to say. So we have that.
I see. Is there any non-verbal communication that maybe?
Yeah. The eyes, you can. I think it's like the general thing. Like if I do this, it means to come, right? And this means,
Yeah.
or I can be like, if I nod, it means I'm acknowledging somebody. Or if I do a slight bow, then that's thank you, like that.
Mm-hmm. It's just universally
Yeah,
lah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Preferred contraception.
Have you tried nasi lemak?
Yeah, I love nasi lemak.
Ah!
I love it a
we,
lot.
Which one of your most favorite dish in Malaysia?
Other than nasi lemak.
The rendang one. Rendang.
Oh, is it
Yeah, I
a
like that one.
chicken
It's
rendang
really
or beef
good.
rendang?
Yes, yes.
Wow. Okay, okay. I see. Okay. How does your culture? Dah. Oh,
Dah.
dah.
So is there anything else that you would like others to know?
About your culture, maybe you want to correct the misinterpretation or misconception about your culture, because some people will perceive Nigerian or maybe African people is like they are bad, just like what you experienced in 2015, right?
Yes.
So
Do
maybe
you have something to say?
Yeah. In Cyberjaya currently, there is a problem of like housing. So if for example I try to rent a house, because I'm Nigerian, I am not given. It's not even about
Oh.
priority. They just don't want Nigerians. And from what I heard, at least my dad did tell me when he was here, like a lot of Nigerians, like yeah, they actually misbehaved a lot, like ruined the houses, and yeah. So now the landlords are refusing to rent out. But it's affecting people who did not do anything, you know. So yeah,
Oh.
I feel like perhaps I don't know. You can't always expect everyone to be good, of course, but yeah, maybe it wouldn't be like doing yourself any harm to give people a chance, you know. So yeah, I don't know. The discrimination in terms of housing is really bad because I'm trying to move to Cyber. I live in Puchang, right? Or
Mhm.
to be closer to the university, but I've been trying for 6 months and there's no place. So yeah, it's really bad.
Oh,
So maybe that.
oh, okay, I see. Terus nak cakap,
Tu je.
tu je. Tak cakap, sorry lah sebab dia kena hadap.
Sorry that you have to face that kind of racism.
I mean, is that really racism though? I guess they're just learning from their mistakes. So, you know, if someone did something before, but I just feel like we shouldn't generalize people. You know? But
But
technically, the ones who gave them problems in the past apparently was all Nigerians, so they just like did that.
but I think just be careful because bila orang kat KL.
Cakap lah.
Dia cakap, tolong aku tak boleh ada
He said that you have to be careful for people especially in KL because there are many scammer there.
because yeah, they like to take
Advantage
advantage.
to foreigner.
Yeah, just like you. Yeah.
Well, thank God I'm looking for a place in KL then. Thankfully. But yeah.
Thankfully. So maybe that's
I think that's all from our side. Thank you for your time. Thank you for
guys.
your cooperation.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us in this interview.
But do you mind if we have something that we want to ask, but we ask you through the WhatsApp?
Yeah, no problem. Like if you
Yeah.
want to clarify something,
Yeah.
sure, no problem. Just like text me and I'll reply. You're not in a hurry, right? Sometimes I'm really busy. I don't check my phone.
Yeah. It's okay. We understand that. Maybe
Alright.
you can answer and reply whenever you're free.
All right, no problem.
Take a picture.
So can we take a picture?
Sure. Are we supposed to pause?
For our report.
1, 2.
All right.
Wait, it's a bit low.
Aisyah, takut Aisyah.
Okay. Wait.
Okay, that's funny.
Is that what? Okay.
All right.
Is it done?
All right. Thank
Alright.
you guys very much.
Thank
It was
you so
nice
much,
meeting you.
Faira. Nice to meet
you.
you.
You're right. Bye.
Nice to
Nice
meet
to-
you. Hi, have a good rest. Bye.
You also. Bye, guys. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Bye. All right.
Sekejap. Okay. Dah ambil satu je.
Cantik.
Ya doh, cantik doh.
Aku rasa aku pernah nampak dia.
Ya Allah, gembira gila kita.
Gembira betul dah habis. Tak apa, mungkin kita boleh crop part gambar dia yang cantik sikit kot nanti dalam video. But like oh, 22 baru cak. Muka macet cak.
Tapi dia cantik.
Dia Nigeria cantik.
Ya.
Mesti kulit dia cantik.
Ya doh, bersih doh kulit dia.
Aku sumpah.
Dia kulit dia kan lagi susah break up.
Oh ya?
Sebab
Mm-mm.
melanin dia dah tebal.
Oh, aku baru tahu.
Weh, apalah dia kurma pula anggur punya. Batang kat sini.
Patutlah diorang kalau aku tengok macam apa
You
Indian
biri pun
Alah, kau dah cabut tudung ke?
dah lah betul nak buat apa?
Dah balik.
sebab tu orang
Pakai cepat.
orang yang kena kanser mostly orang yang kulit putih.
Nanti nak masuk IG. Cepat pakai tudung.
Oh, cinta.
Sebab tu orang yang kena kanser kebanyakan orang kulit putih.
Oh, yang tu
You can bangga be white but bro you are exposed to cancer more than a black person.
bagi aku
Tacut.
Jadi best kat belakangnya.
Cepatlah Put.
apa lagi lah tadi kau tak ada.
Tak nampak, tak apa. Aku pula nampak.
Kau rasa kelakar gila ya?
Okay dah.
Oh, cinta. Oh.
Bye guys.
So maksudnya bapak dia sini ke orang Malaysia ke tak?
Bapa dia orang Nigeria
Tapi dah biasa nak
Ah,
Malaysia.
Sebab dia tak
Weh, 22 aku tak boleh terima. Muka dia lagi mecek.